The cost of living is constantly rising. This is the most rapid inflation rate we've seen since the 1970s. Alone, from March 2023 to March 2024, there's been a 3.2 rise in the inflation rate. The cost of living is impacting everyone and anyone. Restaurants went from sounding like this to sounding like this. And that is all down to the cost of living and people not being able to afford to go out, treat themselves to a nice meal anymore, but instead having to stay home, cook, not being able to meet and greet family, spending the money that they usually would have spare.
Smiling his way through the cost of living crisis.
35% of people are on the brink of being homeless.
I don't know what to do.
Jasmine is only 18 and having recently moved in to a private rented property, she is feeling the repercussions of the cost of living crisis. From previously living somewhere where rent was easy and she could comfortably live, to now living where she can only just scrape by and feed herself.
As an 18-year-old, living alone, I've never had this much struggle with money. Not only are my bills constantly increasing, but I'm even struggling to get the weekly food shop. The prices of food are constantly going up. Having worked since I was 16 and always had to pay rent, this is by far the most expensive I've ever had to live.
People who are only just beginning their adulthood shouldn't have to live like this. Right now, these should be the best years of their lives, not lives where they're sat worrying about money, not being able to live it and have fun. As we know, it's not only individuals who are suffering from the cost of living crisis. Businesses are also feeling repercussions and they don't know what's to come next. Due to businesses making less money and having to cut the hours of employees, many are left jobless, and this is all a result of the cost of living. Now we're going to hear from Anthony, who's going to tell us his story.
Due to the cost of living, I used to work at a pub, but due to the cost of living, my hours got decreased and customers stopped coming in. And due to the cost of living and me being in my probationary period, I lost my job. Due to this cost of living, I also lost my property and got in severe debt due to the cost of living.
Anthony Warburton has always worked and been comfortable with money. However, since the rise in the cost of living, he's also found himself struggling. If we all pull together and work well as a community, I believe that we can all conquer the cost of living together. Every little helps and everyone should be looking out for each other.